Bypass. Too much sauce. Okay, calm down. Ready? And... Alright, here we are. We got the starter out of the vet. Go ahead and clean it up some. It's got shiny juice where there shouldn't be any kind of shiny juice. And yeah, it's got rust and corrosion where there shouldn't be rust and or corrosion. So I'm thinking we made this kind of right, perfect. 220 grit sandpaper. Recondition some of these parts here. Is that supposed to be loosey-goosey like that? Is that a thing, or is that a bad thing? Recondition. Oh, I'm wearing gloves. Recondition. We're gonna grind on this big one here. Sure. Hey Siri, how do you test a 1969 Corvette starter?
So you will need a car battery.
Yeah.
And some booster cables to do this.
Yeah.
Negative connection is the whole entire starter is negative. So you
Yeah.
can hook that up to any part that's metal on the starter like that. Okay, and then this big main one here.
Yeah.
That's your constant power.
Constant.
So that always has 12 volts going to it. Straight from the battery.
Straight from the battery. I like it.
This
Constant.
third one here.
Yeah.
So that needs a positive. The second that this
Are you
gets
positive?
a positive,
Positive.
that's what makes the starter start to crank and
Okay.
the magnet kicks in. So this little part slides out and engages.
So I should probably put this back
So that's
in
what
there.
that's for. So basically, if you run a positive from here and touch it to there, the starter will engage. And then this will probably start sparking, or if we move it, it might engage.
Yeah.
And then there's this third mystery wire.
Yes.
Well, what this one does
Histories, mysteries.
a wire goes from this all the way to the positive on your ignition coil.
That's a mystery.
On your car.
I like.
See, an ignition runs on 9.5 volts of electricity.
Yeah.
But when you're starting a car, you need 12 volts.
We need
so what
1
it does
million
is, as the car's running,
gigawatts.
9.5 volts are going to your ignition system, right?
Yeah.
But the second that you flick your key, then 12 volts goes to this, and as this is cranking, this puts out 12 volts, which goes to your ignition. The second you stop cranking, this doesn't put out anything. That's how that works. That's what it's for. Newer cars, this is already built into the ignition and stuff. But on these older alternators, this is how it works. Or I should say on these older
starters,
Chevys and Corvettes and whatever. That's how it works on the C3 Corvette anyways.
Cool.
So if you bought a newer starter and it didn't have this this third wire here that puts up 12 volts as it's cranking,
strip
you would
that
actually
back.
have to run an extra wire, and you would have to hook it up to this. So as you're cranking, it would also send power to
Alright, get to the good stuff.
your ignition, but then it wouldn't bring the power back in, so this would just keep spinning. Anyways, it's pretty complicated stuff. But either way, in order to test it, we don't need to worry about
I'm not worried about that.
Wire, that's just for the ignition.
I'm not worried about it.
Ignition. ignition as in the ignition coil.
Yeah, I don't care about the ignition. Come on.
You turn your
Get
key
to it.
ignition. Same words, different parts.
Cool.
Okay, so what we've done now is we got the negative hooked up, we got the positive hooked up constant. So the second that we touch this wire to that, the starter will kick in if it works. Let's see if she works.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you could see that, but I'm going to zoom in on it better. The starter does work, but it arcs just the way I said it would. So I'll show you again. I'm going to zoom in on that part.
Let's get the
really
kicking
good.
chicken.
How to kill all mosquitoes in the area in 90
No, I don't.
seconds. This simple but brilliant trick you can do.
Ah!
See that?
Yeah. It's sparking. Yeah. Watch.
Okay, so very, very carefully. Might have to put some WD-40 on it or whatever. We're taking this apart.
That's getting very hot in my hand. That's also like 1 million miles of
Okay, that's what
starter
that looks
juice.
like. So now we're gonna get some sandpaper.
Also,
and
I don't know if this battery is
clean all of
up to
this,
snuff.
all of
So we're gonna add a little
this,
something extra to it.
make it so it's all very, very no corrosion on it, nice and clean.
Ah!
See how nice that's getting now?
Let's go ahead and chargelate
This
it.
up,
Heck yeah.
clean that back. piece
All right,
up.
let's try this again. Let's tighten this up here a bit.
Clean all these.
Clean all that. Yeah,
All
we've
these,
been
the
there.
backs of these.
All right, I like it. You ready?
Here.
Yeah. Wah.
Everything's
Bah.
nice and clean, no corrosion.
All I'm doing is welding now.
And we'll clean this bolt really good too. Get it nice and shiny.
Yeah, get it on there real good, like.
All right, now we just take some Vaseline
Ah.
and so it doesn't corrode. Put it on all
It's
of
stuck.
these.
I might have to tear into this because
Get this bolt with it
it's stuck or something. I don't
and all of that.
really know.
All right, let's put this back together.
Thank you for your beautiful words. Said it didn't work. Well, tear down. Some spring things and electro vehicles. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that back together so I don't mess that up. Nailed it. Oh. Ah. Yeah. Is this a magnet? I don't know what this does or is. There's an Indian head on the back. Does that mean anything to y'all? I don't know. This is probably original and probably very expensive, and I probably should. Ooh. Okay, Bendex, I think is what that's called. That's what captures it and makes it shoot out for the rotation, engagement, and then disengage. Oh, there is all kinds of sparkle confettis in here, and not in the good way. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's bad. I think we may have a bad starter. That is all kinds of sparkles. Shoot. That's not good. wonder if we just kind of spruce it up a bit, just kind of, you know, a little TLC. Brake cleaner works for everything. It's like whatever the equivalent of the fix-all was back in the 60s, that's brake cleaner. It's good for coughs, it's good for colds, it's good for starters, brakes, carbs. It's just the cure-all. End all, be all, cure-all. I still don't think this little guy is supposed to be movable. I feel like it should most likely be stationary. But again, no clue. I think this was on there. I don't know. Let me put it back just for shits and giggles. And then see if I can shove a lot of that. Just kind of rock away. Oh, battery charger entered the chat. Hello, good to see you're working. Working hard or hardly working? Oh man, we're back at it again. I got the starter. I went ahead and I took it apart. Well, just the solenoid. I took these terminals off, cleaned up, scuff, wire brush, you know, starter rejuvenation spray. I went ahead and cleaned up the ground points. Oh, this thing weighs a ton. Where the bolts go. Ugh. So I was trying the battery method with the jumper cables. This battery's dead. It doesn't have enough juice. This battery charger doesn't put out constant power unless it's reading power, you know, safety and whatnot. So I had a new plan, and we are going to experiment with this battery jump box. See if we can get this thing to pop. I mean, if I can get it to make any kind of noise just to see if it's good still. If not, obviously we're gonna have to just change it out. But if I can save it, I'd like to. So let's go ahead and we're gonna connect the ground. Sure, there, that looks good. And then let's see, I might have a piece of wire. Yep, use this little wire to jump to the quote-unquote ignition source. Main power cable. Shove that in there somewhere. Sure. Yep, I like that. All right, and then stay. Plug this in. Let's see, we got a full charge. Heck yeah. All right, so that's on. Little bypass button on here. Let's see if I push that. Hey, we're live. All right. Test fire in 3, 2. Whoa! Okay. That was violent. That was I think it's alive. Holy bejesus, that scared me. Okay, let's try that again. And maybe not throw it off the workbench, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we can try. All right, bypass. Too much sauce. Okay, calm down. Ready? And oh yeah. Oh, it's spinning and engaging. Whew. That smells like all kinds of burnt wire and dookie. but the dookie was just for my shorts. So that's cool. Awesome. So it works. The little Bindex, whatever, the engagement thing was shooting out. This is a spring-loaded rod in here, and there's a little lever attached to this, which you push it in and it pushes that out, and it pulls itself back to retract it, so it's spring-loaded, so it can't get stuck out on the flywheel. Well, in theory, it shouldn't. But yeah, I made my little machine kind of mad, but it worked. Theory tested, starter approved. Got the old rebuild kit done on the starter, so the next thing to do is to get it mounted back up. Cool. Got the battery on boil, so we're gonna need all the juice that we can to get this thing swirling and swirling. So we got her jacked up way too high. I got some AC Delcos, you know, not the Harbor Freight destruction ones, under there. I do have the Harbor Freight jack under there, and then some sketchy old chunk of wood underneath that tire. So, you know, that way when it does crush me, you know, or nobody can rescue me. Whatever, it don't matter. All right, so we're gonna get the starter and shove it back under there and tickle on the key and see what happens. This is a bad idea. So here's a not so great idea coming to fruition. Yeah. It's got good bones, as they say. The tire's not actually on it. It's just here for aesthetics, just in case. And then I got the jack there. Maybe I'll put one more here in this area for pizza mind. Well, I tell you what a world of difference it makes to actually have adequate. Wow, that sounds weird. Adequate. What a world of difference it makes to have adequate lighting. I tell you what. What is that up there? That's very shiny. I don't know, it's also full of oil. Back to the starter and the several connectors that we have here. I'm gonna go ahead. I actually brought starter rebuild kit, so I'm gonna go ahead and spray that on there. Very plentiful. Yep. Oh, stings the eyes. It's a formidable sting. Get that a little wipe down. That's how you know it's good, when it stings. They got a little roll in there. And I brought some sandpaper. Clean up the contact points. Try my best not to waller this back and forth, because that'll be a bad time if that breaks off. Clean contact patch. Yeah, blowback. Right in the eyeball. Great. It really wakes you up. And I got some more starter rejuvenation spray. I'm gonna spray up in this area up here. It's kind of, well, not kind of, it is very oily. So let's just kind of rejuvenize that a bit. Tell you what, I like the color match flywheel. They decided, I guess, when they spray painted this oil pan, they decided to spray paint and overspray everything because, you know, race mode, why not? Lord have mercy. Ugh. Back in my day, we didn't have no power tools. You just manned up and done did it. I lost the bolt again. Where? I guess it was this one. Shoot, I meant to put this little one on first. And also this retaining bracket. Can I drop it down just higher? No. Cool. Alright. Back them out. Yep. That's right where I want that to be. Okay. Now, let's see about putting this wire. Okay, cool. Cool. And then we're going to put the ignition wire on where it goes, along with its very, very tiny 11:30 seconds. God, will y'all stay? Enjoy the show. Oh, yeah, torque specs. That's hooked. All right. After 20 billion years of trying to get this old janky starter into this old janky vehicle with these old janky wires and getting janky stuff in my janky eyes, I reckon I'd go reconnect the battery and then give this a test fire. Y'all stay tuned down here and let me know if you hear anything weird or if you see fire. This fire's bad. Side note, I forgot to put that back on. Shield thing, sure. Alright, once more, hooking this battery up. Alright, let's see. That's tight. That's tight. That's tight. Tight. Alright, let's get the twirly whirly sticks. Let's see if we get this thing to crank. Right, well, I don't know if it's a great idea to crank it at an angle like this, but we're just gonna give it a little bumpski and see if it barks off. I'm not even gonna turn the fuel pump on just because I don't want it to run too long. And if I can find the right key, there we go. Ignition, park, brake, park, 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 park. Foot on brake, and nothing. Why? Okay, so I know the starter's good. I know the battery's got juice. So there's some kind of disconnect between ignition and starter. I don't know if it's a faulty wire or a fuse. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and drop this down, check some fuses, and see what we got. So close. I thought we had a thing. Alright, so fuse panel is tucked way up in here. Noticing some interesting things right off the back. There's a jumper wire that's just kind of sitting right here. And then there's a plug just kind of dangling right here. I wonder if this is supposed to be plugged into there. And then also I pull this back and a bunch of broken fuses down here. Glass shattered. So that's interesting. Okay. Now, if there's any way I can try to even see. Alright, I'm about to set y'all down for a second and then dig up into the fuses if I can. And so after finagling around, check the fuses and whatnot, I put this jumper cable, this jumper wire, jumped it between these two. Let's see if she sparks off. I don't know, that's the only thing I can really see that's different under here. All right. Park. Brake. Brake. Lights. Camera. Let's see. No way. That one little jumper wire going into that purple wire. No clue what that's for. But that's what it was. Alright, let's put some fuel to her. Whoa. She wanted it. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! She's alive. Oh man, I tell you what, it took some detecting, it took some diagnosing, it took some doing, but I think between that fuse that was under the hood that was out, the starter probably just needed a little bit of fixing on anyways, but the main thing I'm assuming is that jumper wire that fell out. So we're going to find a more permanent solution for that. Maybe just run a tap between those two wires or something. I got to figure out what that's for and if a tap will suffice. I'm assuming like a T-tap will work, and just combine them together. Oh, cool. So what I got left, still got to do the AC. The heater line was kinked up underneath the heater core. The AC had blown out a while back, and we had to put some new O-rings in there, and I forgot to put the O-rings in there. We had to put new lines and all that, so I'm going to do that. Oil was looking very high, sitting for however long it sat here for. Same with transmission. I need to double check that. And what else? Battery, might have to put a trickle charger on here. Might have to figure out some kind of more permanent solution for the Phi-Tech unit. What else? I don't know. I'm sure some other things. Shocks look pretty bad. They look original. And then see about tuning it. I mean, it sounds pretty good right now, so who knows? We shall see. But for right now, thanks for sticking with me this long if you did. And if you did, hit the like, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Stay tuned, because we're going to be doing some more fun with this Stingray project. Adios, brochachos.